Alright guys, so we are focusing on prime factorization. So for your notes today that you're going to copy, okay, it's going to be on prime factorization. Okay, prime factorization. So what prime factorization is it's when you're trying to break down a larger number into its prime factors, meaning it's numbers that are prime. So as a reminder from 6th grade, prime numbers are numbers that have only one in themselves that create that number. So for instance, 17 is a prime number because you only have 1 times 17 that will make 17 using multiplication. So what prime factorization is for is when you have a bigger number. So, and this is all review from 6th grade. So let's say that you have the number, for instance, 36. Okay, and we're going to make a factor tree. So you just need to come up with two numbers that multiply together to give you 36. There's multiple options here. So let's say that you chose to do 2 times 18. Okay, so then you need to say to yourself, is 2 a prime number? And it is, because the only thing that makes 2 when multiplying is 2 times 1. So we're going to circle that. Now we say, is 18 a prime number? And it's not. There are numbers other than 1 times 18 that make 18. Again, you have multiple options here. Let's say that you decide to do 3 times 6. You ask yourself the same two questions. Is 3 a prime number? The answer is yes, because the only thing that makes 3 using multiplication is 3 times 1. And then you say, is 6 a prime number? The answer is no. So we say, okay, what are two things that multiply together to give us 6? Well, we have 2 times 3. We know 2 is prime because we circled it above, and we know 3 is prime, so we circled it above. So now what you do from here is you put them in order as a multiplication problem using exponents. So the way that you would answer this as the prime factorization of 36 is you would say 2, and then how many 2's did we circle? 2 of them. So 2 to the second power, and then you're going to put a dot for multiplication. You're not going to use an X. That's a dot, even though it's not coming up as one. Times 3, and then how many times did you circle the number 3? 2 times, so 3 to the second power. And then that is your answer. That right there is the prime factorization of 36. So we're going to try another number. Let's go ahead and do, let's do 24. So two numbers that multiply together to give you 24. Let's say that you chose 3 times 8. So you say, is 3 a prime number? Yes, it is. Is 8 a prime number? No, it is not. So what are two numbers that multiply to give me 8? 2 times 4. Is 2 a prime number? Yes, it is. Is 4 a prime number? No, it's not. So two numbers that give me 4 when multiplied together, this is all multiplication, is 2 times 2. So we already circled 2, so we know it's prime, so we're going to circle both of these. We can't break it down anymore, so now we start with the smallest number first, and our smallest number we circled was 2. And how many of them did you circle? 1, 2, 3. So 2 to the third power times, and then 3. You can put just 3. You don't need to write 3 to the 1 power. And that is the prime factorization of 24. So this is a review from 6th grade. You guys learned this in 6th grade, okay? And that's the basics of it right there. So you're going to want to copy both of these down. When you get something that is a smaller tree, don't be discouraged. So for instance, if we had, what is the prime factorization of 25? you would say 5 times 5. And then is 5 a prime number? Yes, it is, because its only factors are 5 times 1. So you would circle both of those. So the answer of the prime factorization of 25 is just 5. And then how many times did you circle it? Twice, to the second power. Okay, a couple of things that you need to remember when you are doing prime factorization. So I'm going to do that next, but I can't just move my screen up, I have to erase it. So you're going to want to pause it if you have not yet finished this, because I'm about to clear all of this out. Okay. So I'm going to remove all of this. So this would just be underneath what you just wrote. Okay. So the things to remember are always put the smaller factor first. In the solution. And the solution meaning the answer. Okay, so if we've got the prime factorization of 12, and I have 2 times 6, 2 is prime, and then I've got 2 times 3, both of these are prime, you are always going to put the smaller number first in your answer. So that 2 would come first, and then you circled it twice, 2 to the second power, times, and then your 3. So they have to go in order. They have to go in order from the smallest to the largest. Okay? All right. So short notes today, but I'm going to go into what you're doing. So after this, you are going to work on IXL. Make sure you are under 7th grade. And you are going to do A2. And you want to get as high of a score as you can. Okay? So a couple of things I want you to take notice of. And I'm going to edit this so I can write on it. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this. It says use exponents when appropriate. So notice right here, the 3 and the 5, they do not put a 3 to the 1 power and a 5 to the 1 power. So do not put a number to the first power. Okay? So do not do 3 to the 1 power. Do not do that. Okay? The other thing that I want you to pay attention to, it says order the factors from least to greatest. Okay, so just like I was talking about, you want to do the smaller number first. And then the last thing is this, and that's, I'm going to show you the actual skill. So when you get in, it says write the prime factorization of 16. Use exponents when appropriate and order the factors from least to greatest. So if we're doing the prime factorization of 16, two numbers that give me 16 would be 2 times 8. 2 is prime, and then I'd have 2 times 4. 2 is prime, and then I would have 2 times 2, which is also prime. So I'm going to have 2, and then notice what pops up. So I've got the box on the left That's going to make it so you can put your exponents in. The box on the right is the multiplication symbol. So when you do the factorization of 16, you are going to get 2 to the 4th power. So I'm going to hit the 2, and then you have to hit this box, and you'll notice another box pops up to the 4th power. Okay? The prime factorization for 6. We've got 2 times 3, and both of them are prime. So in this case, I would write 2 times 3. Prime factorization of 8. I've got 2 times 4, 2 is prime, and then I've got 2 times 2 make up 4. So I've got 2 to the 3rd power. Okay, now I want to show you something, and I said this the last time. Let's say you put 4 here, okay, and it says the answer is incorrect. You need to scroll down. It will tell you what you answered, it will tell you a little hint, and then it will show you how to do it correctly. If you're just flying through these, number one, I'm going to notice, but number two, clearly you're not helping yourself. You need to realize what you're doing wrong, okay? So you need to copy down the notes that I wrote down on prime factorization. They're very short. Copy them in your math notebook. Take a picture of that, or a screenshot, whatever you're using. Well, I guess it's in your notebook, so a picture of it, and submit that, and then go ahead and work on A2 under 7th grade for IXL. Let me know if you have any questions today. All right, have a good day, guys.